What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome to the Deal Desk, episode 90. That's crazy. 10 episodes away from doing 100 of these. Very, very interesting. So, first time, welcome. Free content. Bring yourself, bring your team, write notes, implement certain things into your strategy, throw your own flavor in it. This is episode 90. This is YouTube. These are live calls. These are not pre-recorded. If you're watching the replay at the time of this live stream, it was live. All I ask is you click that like and subscribe button. Okay. So let's get right to it. And let's see who we have. I believe I called this one last time, and I don't think they picked up the phone. So this is in Georgia. They're asking $270,000. Retail, need some work. Have some fresh paint, wood floors, hot water, tenants paying. Open hearing cash offer would not provide reason for being open to an offer. All right. So let's see. So some people that you speak with, most people you speak with are going to be open to hearing an offer. Does that mean they're serious about selling or motivated? You won't know until you talk to them, okay? But let's go ahead and give this person a call. See if they pick up the phone. Turn up the volume here. $207,000.
Hello.
Hey, Miss Lee.
Yes.
Hey, good afternoon. My name is Steven. I believe you spoke with my partner a while back in regards to your property on Pleasant Hill. Were you still interested in selling that property?
No.
You're not interested in selling the property?
No.
Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think last time you spoke with her, you were looking to get $270,000. You mentioned it has tenants and a few other details. You're no longer interested in selling the property?
How much you want to put up?
Yeah, so I'd love to give you an offer. That's the reason I'm giving you a call back. My process is actually very simple. I just want to ask you a few more questions about it, if that's okay. It takes a few minutes, about 7 minutes. Is that okay?
No.
No, it's not okay?
No, you can text to me like how much you can offer, how much you can put up. If you offer 300, it's okay. 300,000 is okay. I will say for you.
Right. Yeah, in order for me to give you the best offer possible, I just have to ask you a few questions about it. Is that okay?
You can text me first, okay?
You don't have time to speak on the phone?
Right now. I'm busy right now.
Oh, you're busy. When's a better time to give you a call back?
Yeah, call me back another time, okay? Bye.
Okay, bye. All right, so she doesn't have time to be on the phone. So, this whole 7-minute thing, reason I asked them if they have 7 minutes is not for me to rush the offer and give an offer in 7 minutes. The whole 7-minute process is to see if they're able to stay on the phone 7 minutes. If I just continue talking about the script and things like that, they may just try to rush me off the phone. Notice she wanted a text. She's busy. That's okay. So she'll be called back. All right. So she said, if you give me $300,000, that'd be fine. She was asking $270,000. And even though this is, closer to the retail side of things, we never judge a seller by how much they're asking. That can always be negotiated, and you can get creative with it. Okay, so let's move on to the next property we have here. This is in Florida, Holiday, Florida. All right, let me share my screen. All right, so Holiday, Florida. So this area, this place has tons of cookie cutter kind of style houses. Like they're all pretty much the same, really easy to comp. What's the reason they want to sell? So these people asking price doesn't have a number in mind, anchored at 100,000. Okay. What repairs are needed? Updated in the last 10 years, kitchen, carpet, bathroom, He's thinking it's between $25,000 to $30,000 in repairs. Okay. Fair condition. Reason for selling. Oh, let me see any other details. Tired landlord. Tenant's lease is up. Okay, not renewing lease. Seller wants to get rid of it. Says it's time consuming. Extra taxes. Managing the tenants. Reason for selling. He's out of state. It's his grandfather's property. This is a perfect example of somebody that's motivated. So, when people tell you up front why they want to sell and the reason they want to sell, you have to really talk about that issue, and you have to also talk to them about how you're familiar with working with a lot of people in their shoes. Spend more time talking to the person on why they want to sell. Paint the picture as to what it's going to look like for the solution. So, let them talk about why. Let's see if they pick up the phone first. But very motivated lead. Let's go ahead and give them a call. This is, let me see, Chauncey. Okay. All right, let's see if they pick up the phone. Perfect example of somebody. I mean, you guys are going to talk to a lot of people that want to sell because they just don't want to deal with tenants or anything like that. So let's see if they answer the phone.
Or reach Rob Foster. Please leave a message and I'll return your phone call. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message.
Let's try calling him again. Go redial right here.
Or reach.
All right, he didn't pick up the phone. Unfortunately, we're going to move on to the next one. Okay. The next one's actually, I think, on the same street. Okay. So let's see if these people pick up the phone. Same area. Okay. All right. So this one, I called that one. What repairs are needed? TLC, tender loving care. What repairs are needed? TLC, but then it says the property is in excellent condition. Any other important details? He's looking to sell off market, doesn't want to list with an agent. Reason for selling for opportunities. So let's try to see what those opportunities are. You will speak with people. See, in this business, when you're trying to lock up properties at a discount, people, when you set the expectations clearly, people, if you explain them properly, I mean, people will understand that they're willing to sell equity, right? They're willing to sell their property at a discount in order to close it faster. Some sellers just completely, they just don't like agents at all, and that's to your favor, right? That's your favor because you can close quickly, but you also have to let them know, yeah, I know you don't like agents, but I'm an investor. I'm not always the best. Dang, that thing's loud. Let me lower this a little bit. Let me see if they pick up the phone.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. George.
Yes.
Hey, my name is Steven. I believe you spoke with my partner a while back in regards to your property on Chancery Drive. Were you still looking to sell that property?
Yeah.
Okay. Did I catch it at a good time?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, great. So I was actually giving you a call back to give you an offer. My process is actually very simple. I just want to ask you a few more questions about it other than what I see here. I'll go ahead and evaluate the area right here on the computer, see what I can offer you. The process takes about 7 minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. And just to let you know, I am a real estate investor, so I'm not always the best fit. If I'm not a good fit, I won't waste your time. I'll let you know up front. And we do have real estate agents just in case. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Perfect. So I was looking through the notes. It says it's in excellent condition. Can you tell me a little bit more specifically about the condition, like bathrooms, kitchens, roof, AC, things like that?
Yep. So the whole house is all tile throughout.
Okay.
Redid the kitchen, gut job down everything 2 years ago.
Okay.
Bathroom's original, but it's all tile and it's a good color.
All right.
Redid some windows 2 years ago, and redid not the entire, but a good part of the septic system, kind of made it bulletproof.
All right.
I mean, that's kind of it. I mean, there's nothing really to do to it.
Mm-hmm.
Other than, you know, if you wanted to sell it to a couple of millennials, you'd have to throw some, you know, vinyl floor in there to make it
Yeah.
perfect and paint it gray.
Right.
And then charge another 20 grand for it. And if I was an investor who knew how to swing a hammer for a good price, I would convert the real money in this deal is to convert the garage to a bedroom at square footage, and you get a massive ROI on that.
Gotcha.
But that's common with all the ones in that neighborhood where the garage hasn't been converted.
Mm-hmm.
It's just simple math of what the extra bedroom's worth, right?
Right.
And not everyone can do that. It's hard these days to find someone who can swing a hammer at a good price.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
And
if you're paying full retail for that today, it might not be always worth it, but if you can do it yourself or have good people that do that for you, works out.
okay. And as far as the roof and the AC, do you know how old they are?
AC is 2 years old, and
Okay.
the roof's like 8 or 10 years old.
AC is 2 year, and then roof 8 or 10. Okay. And what about the electric and plumbing? How's that going? Any issues with that at
It's
all?
all fantastic. The only plumbing issue was there's one of the septic lines or whatever got a little problem with. We fixed all that and more.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're simple houses, right?
Seems like a good house. What's got you looking to sell?
Well, I'm at 205 net to me, so I don't really care how you structure the offer. That's totally fine. Different people like to do different things.
Right.
In terms of, you know, grossing things up or down or commission inside or outside or whatever they like to do. But that's kind of where that deal is.
You said you want to sell why? I'm sorry.
I'm at 205 net to me.
Oh, you're asking for 205. No, I was wondering what was the reason you were looking to sell. It seems like a pretty decent house.
It's a fantastic house. I
Yeah.
have some other opportunities, but that's kind of where that house is.
Gotcha. And is it currently occupied by tenants? Is it vacant? Do you
Yeah.
live in it?
Yeah, it's got tenants.
Oh, okay. How are the tenants? They pay on time? They're good tenants?
Yeah, they're fantastic. I've got a property manager
Mm.
on that house, and no, it's been great.
Gotcha. And are they on a month-to-month or annual lease?
We just signed them up. We increased their rent, got them at an annual. So
Annual.
they've got like 6 months left or something.
Okay. What are they paying for rent?
I think 1,200.
Okay.
13.
1,200. All right. So this isn't something you were just kind of open to selling at the right price if you can net 205.
Yeah, I mean, full retail in that place. If you did nothing to it besides clean it,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a little tiny bit of paint, full retail 2.25, maybe more.
Mm-hmm.
If you put $5,000 into it, that goes to 240. You get that millennial buyer in there who wants, you know, great floors and all that.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. They're selling renovated for about 250, around that range. If you got the offer that made sense, what kind of time frame were you looking to sell? About a week, a month, a couple months?
How many sweet and sour?
Hello?
Yeah, sorry, that'd be fine. Yeah, that'd be fine.
Or are you talking to me? I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm picking something up from the band here. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. I was just asking if you got the price range you wanted, what kind of time frame were you looking to sell? About a week, a month, or a couple months?
I'm ready to go now. I've got some other things in the hopper.
Okay.
Could use this cash or not. So.
Yeah, so 205. Now, is this something that, you know, if you were to sell, are you open to taking payments on? Or are you looking to, you know, just get a lump sum? What are you looking at?
I think if I was going to do like seller financing, we'd have to have a conversation about a good size down payment to start with, and then kind of go from there.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll speak with my partner. I don't think a cash offer that's just too high for a cash offer. I don't want to waste your time with that. But I'll speak with my partner to see, because I have a partner that buys in this area. He does a lot of creative finance, and it might be something that may fit his criteria. Is there a better time I can give you a call back?
Yeah, maybe in about 2 hours.
2 hours? Okay. Perfect. I will give you a call back in 2 hours then. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Bye. All right. So this guy is open. He's not motivated. He wants 205. He's open to taking monthly payments, which is something if you guys are doing any creative financing deals, you'd always ask, hey, are you looking for the money all at once, like a lump sum, or are you open to, creative financing? He says he's open. He just needs a decent down payment. He doesn't seem like he's too attached to the house. I'm looking at comps here. Interesting. The prices are very interesting in this area. So I'm actually looking at a comp here. I did see one for 250 is the highest one. I'm looking at the flip comps. Why is this one sell for like 300,000? There's always like, if you're looking at comps and you see one that is just completely different, it's much higher, make sure you look into that. You don't always go by the top number. It's got to make sense. Look at the prices that are being sold. Average, look at the cash comps, look at the ARV. Sometimes you'll see like a number that's just way off, and you have to really look at that. Okay. I do see a hedge fund here actually bought one for 382 cash 3 months ago. Wow. This isn't even renovated. I don't think this is the only property they bought. I'd be very surprised if they just paid 382 cash for that. And that's really the only one, which is a much, much higher price than anything else. So obviously I'm not going to say my max offer is 370. I would probably contact that hedge fund and see what that's all about. You guys cannot rely on hedge funds. I'll tell you that and that's a big thing right now is like a lot of people were selling to these hedge funds and that was their only business model. Okay. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. All right. If your whole model is only in hedge funds, I mean, I don't know what you guys are doing right now. So make sure you have good relationships with your buyers. There definitely are still people buying. Okay. So, don't be scared, but you can't rely just on hedge funds, guys. If that's you. All right. But build a relationship with buyers. I actually know somebody that'll probably buy this subject too. We're going to have to, subject to when you're structuring that, the guy, I think he said he was picking something up. It's not something you can just do on the fly, right? But it's definitely something that'll make sense. So this isn't Holiday. All right, so this was a good one. This guy's open. I think this is going to be a deal. I'll keep you guys posted on how this goes. The next one is also on Holiday. It's like somebody dumped their CRM in here. Okay, so the next one's in Holiday as well. So let's pull this one up. So Holiday, New Port Richey, all these they're really close together. It's all like one little town, but all these houses are very cookie cutter houses. It's a great rental area. It's a really good place also if you're starting out. It's a pretty good market to start out in because it's pretty easy to comp, right? Pretty easy to comp, and it's a great rental market too. When I first started, in this business, that was actually the market that I started. The only thing is with these areas, they're like lower price points, but the prices have increased recently. But it depends what side of the city you're on or the town you're on in this, because some areas are like, it's not the best area. So make sure you're doing your research. Okay, anyways, let's go to the other one in Holiday. It looks like this was listed for rent. Because I see a lot of pictures. It says rent solutions. This actually looks fully renovated, at least the kitchen. All right, let's give him a call. I'm not sure what the deal with this is. So let me pull this up. Looks like a multifamily. Is this a duplex? It looks like a duplex. Interesting. It's got like a big lot attached to it or something. So let me share the screen. I'll share the details with you guys. All right. So this one, they're asking 350,000. Oh, it's a triplex. The whole 3 units. It's a triplex. Needs some work. Older kitchens from the early 80s. Needs some remodeling. 10 years since last renovation. Owns a mortgage on it. What's the reason for selling? He owns multiple properties and is looking to lighten the load in his hands. There you go. Okay, so let's give this person a call. Now, when it comes to duplexes, triplexes, quadplexes, you have to get a lot more information about it, right? What's the unit mix? Bedroom, bathroom, tenant information. Are they fully occupied? Are they vacant? Try to get as much information as you can about it. All right, so let's call this person here. It says that the kitchens need work unless these are newer photos. I don't know what this guy decided to do. Let's find out. The next one is New Jersey. Oh, that's not. Never mind. We called that one. South Carolina is the next one.
I
didn't pick up the phone. Let's try calling again. Always double dial. Always double dial. All right. He's not answering the phone. So we're going to move on to the next one, which is in, hold on a second. South Carolina, right? Yeah, South Carolina. Let me see here. He did not answer. So this one, hold on. I got this. We called this one. Yeah. So somebody put one that we've called before, but I think they keep putting the wrong address, but I definitely remember this one in Cape May, New Jersey. This one we also called. Oh, okay. So this one is in New Jersey, and we've never called this one. All right, cool. So let's give this person a call. This one's in New Jersey. It's hard to see the house because there's so much trees and stuff in the way. All right. So what's the deal with this one? They're asking $190,000. What repairs are needed? Full rehab. Roof, kitchen, needs HVAC. Property condition, complete rehab needed. Important details: 1-1, approximately 700 square feet. Needs CO, no insulation in the house. They want to use their lawyer contract, which is sticking point for me. Not sure if I can do. We'll get into that in a second. The reason for selling: they moved out of state, don't need property anymore. They want to use their lawyer contract, which is okay. All right, so they moved out of state. They want to use their attorney contract. I'll tell you guys what I do anytime somebody says they want to use their attorney contract, okay? Because that scares a lot of people. It shouldn't scare you. You just have to learn how to work and what you need, all right? So let's give them a call. Hopefully they pick up the phone so you can see the whole attorney thing in place. Oh, invalid number. think you put the wrong number on this, whoever submitted this. English Town Road. Let me try calling again. Invalid number. Doesn't work. Sorry. Who submitted this lead? Omar, you submitted this lead, I believe. Yeah, so this one on English Town Road you submitted says invalid number. Make sure you look at that. I just copy and pasted the number, so just double check what number you spoke with them on. Maybe you typed it in wrong. Looks like a really good lead though. So even though it's invalid number, I'll kind of tell you what I do with people that they want to use their attorney's contract or their real estate agent's contract, any of that stuff. Number one, anytime somebody has an objection of, I want to use my contract, my real estate, my attorney, okay? First thing you want to do is don't hesitate, right? You don't want to be like, you don't want to sound like you're uncomfortable with that, because typically if you do that, people are going to think that you're not open to doing business a transparent way. Not everybody thinks that way, but sometimes some people will just assume that you're not okay with using their contract. All right. So you have to be okay with it, with them telling you that, at least. Not that you have to be okay with the contract. So if anybody ever wants you to use their contract, you could tell them, hey, sometimes we do that. I'd be more than happy to take a look at it. But make sure before you talk about the contract, make sure you agree on a price first. There's no point of looking at a contract before you agree to a price. So I'm not sure where you left off with this lead here. They're asking $190,000. I'm going to run comps on this while I tell you guys about this. But if somebody ever wants to, let's say they want to use their realtor's contract, a real estate agent's contract, or they want to use their attorney's contract. Most of the time when people tell you they want to use their real estate agent or attorney's contract is because they want to make sure that they're protected and they're not getting screwed over. So the first thing you should do is say, hey, what I can do is we buy lots of properties with this agreement. What I can do is I can email you and or your attorney, or if it's real estate agent, a blank agreement. You and your attorney and or real estate agent could take a look at all the terms. And if you like it, great. You could let me know if there's anything that you'd like to see different on there, right? Now, if it's an attorney, right, say, hey, I'm going to email you and your attorney a blank agreement. You can take your time and review that with them. What's a better time for me to check back in with you? Do not make the mistake of sending a contract. Disclaimer, I'm not an attorney. I can't give you legal advice. But what I will tell you is that if you ever send out a contract to an attorney, it could even be an agent, right? Let's say in this scenario, it's an attorney. If you ever send out a contract to an attorney, filled out, purchase price, address, EMD, if that client has a really good relationship with that attorney, this does happen. Some attorneys may offer $1,000 more, all right, and you lost the deal. So make sure that you send a blank one, have them review all the terms. The attorney's not there to decide what price should be on there. The attorney's there to protect their client and look at the legal mumbo jumbo, okay? So just make sure that you guys don't make that mistake. Now, if an agent or an attorney want you to use their agreements, does it mean it's a dead deal? No, not necessarily. It depends what your exit strategy is. Most of you guys watching this are probably wholesaling, assigning contracts. If somebody wants to use their contract, I've used other agents' contracts because the homeowner was like, do or die, like use this or else no deal. And, the real estate contracts would be pages, right? The main thing I look for is it assignable and or assigns, right? You can say I'm going to flip it, rent it, or sell it. Make sure and or assigns on there. It's assignable. Make sure there's an inspection period as well. Okay? Those are the main things. As long as those two things are on there, I typically don't have a problem using other people's contracts. So that's just my take. But anytime somebody wants you to, use their attorney's agreement, they're not necessarily telling you, I want to use my attorney's agreement or else it's done. Always counter. It's like a counter offer. Hey, what if I email you and or your attorney the agreement and you guys can review it? And if you're comfortable, we can move forward. If not, we can change whatever they suggest. That's it. Don't be so quick. Don't be so quick to give in on the seller's request if it makes it more difficult for you. Hopefully that makes sense, okay? So let's move on to the next one. Make sure whoever submitted that lead, Omar, make sure you check that number. It's invalid. Seems like a really good lead. I'm actually looking at these comps here. They're asking 190. The ARV is around 350. So yes, it seems like a really good deal. Make sure you get that number. If the number doesn't work for you either, maybe it's disconnected or something, who knows, skip trace the lead and get a new number or form of contact. All right, so we're going to move on to the next one. This one is in Texas. I haven't called a lead in Texas in a while. Let's see here. So this one's in Texas. It looks like it just sold, so we are not going to call this one. Let's move on to the next one. All right, the next one is in Jacksonville, Florida. Another great market. Oh, look, full rehab. When it says full rehab, when the homeowner tells you it needs a full rehab, they'll probably be a little bit more negotiable. Okay. You guys have to, regardless what the market's doing, there's always going to be an opportunity to lock up deals at a discount. Okay. Don't rely on just hedge funds. Build relationships with your buyers. You're in this. This is not a get rich quick business. Okay. This is a relationship business. Right. So just make sure you keep that in mind. And this address is not picking. It's not pulling up here. So I think you're missing something on this. Let me copy and paste it to Google. Well, I got the address up, but it doesn't say Jacksonville. It says Hollywood, and that's completely opposite side of Florida. So maybe I'm assuming you put a typo there. Okay, I'm not sure. But let's give these people a call. Just to confirm. I'll confirm it with them. I think this is wrong address. Actually, let me put up on PropStream and see if the owner you put here aligns with the address you submitted. When you guys submit these leads, just just make sure that the information's correct, or else I won't have an opportunity to call the lead for you. Okay. So I put the street name in, it came up with a different city. Jacksonville and Hollywood is two completely different sides. So let me pull up the one in Hollywood and see if the name matches what you put here. And Hatton. It does not. So this is you must have put the wrong street name, unfortunately. So make sure you look into that, because anytime I see full rehab, that's a great indication that it could be a deal. Okay. So make sure you look into that. All right. So the next one is in Minnesota Avenue in Florida, not Minnesota. This is in Florida. Okay. So let's see. Hopefully this one's available. It's the right address. They're asking $250,000. Solar panels. Okay, so this came up here. Okay, who put these leads in here? I think somebody just dumped a whole bunch of ones. Yeah. So I think you put, maybe when you copy and pasted something, like the address is not coming up here. Let's call this person. So, I'm going to try and call these leads for you and close these leads for you guys, or at least alley-oop it to you, but I need you to make sure you put the right information, okay? So this one is the wrong one because the address you put in, there's no city, the name doesn't match anybody on here, unfortunately. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. This is in Rex, Georgia. This reminds me of when somebody just put a whole bunch of like properties that were all listed on the MLS. Guys, I wouldn't suggest you going after a whole bunch of properties on the MLS. Hopefully you guys speak with them first, all right? And you confirm that they're off market. Confirm that they're off market. So let's see this one in Rex, Georgia. There we go. We got a full address. Perfect. All right, good. Now we're talking. Okay, so this one in Rex, Georgia, they want 225, good condition. Let me share the screen so you could see what I'm looking at. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I will get to the chat soon. Hey, I remember this. I think I called this one. Or I think somebody in season 2 called this one. Looks familiar. Okay. Cool. So they are asking 225. It's in good condition. ARV high sold for 224. Owner is selling for the right offer. The right offer. Most people say, hey, I'm selling for the right offer. Everything's for sale for the right price. You're going to hear that a lot. Don't let that scare you. Okay? Because you don't know what the right offer is. We don't know what the right price that they might accept. If they're interested, they're interested. So let's give them a call. Good condition, but we need photos to verify. Okay.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. Martin.
All right, Martin, I'm going to call you one more time. If you don't answer, I'm going to go to the next one, which is also in Georgia. Looks like he's not going to pick up the phone.
Your call has been
You know what I
forwarded to an
haven't got?
automatic voice message
I haven't
system.
got, before the last episode, I haven't got anybody angry in a long time. The last episode, if you guys watched the replay, I got somebody really angry. But seems like everybody's nicer these days. Hopefully it stays that way, right? Okay, so the next one is in Riverdale, Georgia. Please be the right address. Please be the right address. Riverdale, Georgia. Asking 160. All right, let's see here. And sometimes, oh look, actually this just sold last month. So we're not going to call this one, unfortunately. Marietta. Marietta is a great area too. Marietta. No asking price. All right, and there's no recently sold data, so I guess it's still available. Good. Always pay attention to that. Always look at the data, see if it's been sold since you last spoke with them. Some people won't. I mean, I don't know any sellers that'll call you back and say, "Hey, by the way, I sold it. You don't need to call me back." They won't let you know. You got to look at this stuff, and I'm doing this because we're on the deal desk, but like I only look at data and all that stuff while I'm calling. All right. This house seems a little rough. All right. So what's up with this? No asking price. Normal wear and tear. Excellent condition. Excellent condition. Okay. He's her ex-husband. and said that he already spoke with her, and we need the wife's approval, but we need her contact and to close her. Oh, he's her ex-husband and said that we already okay. So, all right, cool. So it looks like it's a divorce lead. I'll tell you I handle divorce leads because there's always a better way. Is this part of the house over here? This looks like a Jumanji house. Look, I don't know what they're talking about, and this is 2022. You can see in the street view. Let's give them a call. Divorce leads, you need more patience with those, okay? Especially if they're usually both on the deed. But let's give them a call and see if they pick up the phone. But I'll tell you a tip that I like to do when it comes to divorce leads, because with that, you got to play mediator, you got to play therapist, you got to wear a lot of hats, but it's not impossible. And typically there's some mutual motivation there for both parties because they don't, they're just getting divorced. So let's call and speak with them.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail.
Let's call him back. Voicemail box is full. I don't know what they're talking about. Excellent condition. I mean, look at this. Does it look like excellent to you? Is that tree coming out of a window?
I'm sorry, but
that one it went to voicemail a little bit faster. Maybe he hung up. Let me call it one more time. I can't tell if that's coming out the window or maybe the bush. Yeah, this is rough.
I'm sorry, but the person you called.
I think he's hanging up because I get the voicemail a lot faster. Okay. All right. So let me call one more time. I typically don't call 4 times. Okay. But I can almost guarantee you that there's no somebody selling you steak knives or a vacuum cleaner or what's the other thing? A car extended warranty or timeshare. They're not going to call 4 times. Okay, so I'm going to call one last time. Quadruple call. Hey, now it's ringing longer than the last two dials.
I'm sorry, but the
I'm sorry too. Okay, so check this out. These people are going through divorce. How do you handle divorce leads? How do you get them both on the same page? Okay, the first thing is you need both signatures. Without both signatures, and typically they're a little, they fight, blah, blah, blah. So what I like to do with people, let me run comp so I'm talking here. What I like to do with couples that are going through a divorce and, maybe one party is interested in selling more than the other. First thing I ask them is, well, obviously you both want to sell, right? Ask them open-ended questions. First thing I do is I try to get them on a 3-way. And it may sound difficult, but if their schedules align, that's the ideal first scenario. Scenario number 1 is get them on a 3-way. Okay? Scenario number 2, if you can't get them on a 3-way, scheduling an appointment is key. And it make it a little awkward. I mean, I've actually, when I first started, I've been to a few appointments in Tampa where it was, a couple that were going through a divorce. And, man, when you walk in there, you could feel the tension in there. Cut it with a knife, I'm telling you. But they're that much motivated to sell. And guess what? They're all right there. So if they disagree, we all sit down, we talk it out, whatever. You have to wear mediator hat, therapist hat. Sometimes it's like that. And sometimes some people just don't care. So I don't know what kind of seller situation these are or going through anything like that. But that's something that you have to jump through a few more hoops. Okay. All right, next one is in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Stone Mountain, Georgia. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop the questions in. You can ask me anything. I'll get to the questions. All right, so drop any questions you may have. All right, so this next one is in Stone Mountain, Georgia. It's a pretty cool place. I've been there a few times. All right, let's pull this up and see what's up with it. Oh, hold on a second. I think, did this person just text me? Yeah. Wow. Okay. So the one that I just called, the divorce lead, he texted me he said, who are you and what company do you represent? Who are you and what company do you represent? Okay. First thing I do is I want to make sure I'm actually talking to the person that says here. What if it's his ex-wife or somebody else? You want to confirm, is this Mr. Blank Blank? And are you the owner of blank blank? Okay. Is this blank blank? And are you the owner of blank blank? Let me just voice the chat. You spoke with my partner a while back, and I was trying to reach out to you to give you a cash offer. Thank God for voice to text. Sometimes voice to text don't work like you want it to, though. But all right, so this one here. Oh man, hold on a second. There we go. All right, so let's call this one in Stone Mountain. I'll wait to see if this person, and he's probably texting me because I called him 4 times. So he knows I'm not selling him anything. He knows I'm not a telemarketer or calling about his car's extended warranty. He knows he knows why I'm calling, about his property. And depending how open he might be, let's see what happens. Oh, this house, highest offer 170,000, he says, huh? Or she says, it says here. Okay. So this property, let me share my screen. So right off the bat, they're telling you what the highest offer is. Okay. I'll give you a tip on people that tell you about, hey, my highest offer is this. Okay. All right. Let's see what's up with this. It's hard to see. I don't know why the street view looks a little fuzzy. Anyways, highest offer is 170,000, she says. Needs new appliances, dishwasher, new HVAC, tenants live there. All right. What's the property condition? Tenants live there, not truly aware of the condition, it says here. Okay. Other important details. Tenants are month to month. She has her sister live there until she set up her retirement, which is going to be done by mid-June to end of July. Reason for selling, sister is relocating. Perfect. So there's a few things I want to point out here. Okay. Obviously, she has a good relationship with her tenant. It's her sister, right? She's not aware of the condition, but we can find that out. And when you are dealing with a property that has tenants, one of the things you guys have to make sure is finding out what the relationship is between the tenant and the landlord. I'm not talking about if they're related. I'm talking about, hey, are they like messing your house up? Are they paying on time? Or are they good tenants, right? Are they paying on time? They're good tenants, right? Do you want to take care of them? You want to make sure they're taken care of. Okay, so let's call this person, see if they pick up the phone. I want to get a little bit more information about the property and the situation. So her sister's relocating. We don't know if her sister still lives there or not. And I'll tell you a little bit more about how I handle certain scenarios where they have a really good relationship with the tenants, because if they do, this guy texted me back. He said, okay, give me your cash offer. I don't suggest giving cash offer via text. You can if a person only. Remember, I don't give offers. I give offer ranges. So let me focus on this before I go back to the other guy. Okay? Because some people only text. I'm trying to call. I'm trying to text. Can't do both at once. All right. $170, huh? while it's ringing, I start running comps just to get a good idea of where I'd be at.
You reached 87.
Let's try calling again. She has an offer at 170. That's her highest offer. Why hasn't she taken it? Looks like this is still available. It hasn't been sold, and it's still under her name. So she didn't take it. There's a reason she didn't take it. Maybe she's trying to create a bidding war. Maybe she's not as motivated. Some people can be serious.
Reached 87.
All right, so she's not picking up. Anyways, comps look pretty decent. All right, so anyways, back to here. She says highest offer was 170. I'm surprised she didn't take that. I actually think that price, let me see. Remember, when you guys are running comps now, you want to be conservative. I try to kill these deals. So, like, if I see the max off, like I see a cash comp for 160, it doesn't mean my max offer is 150. I start being a little bit more conservative. I start looking at all the data. But here's my point, right? My point is if somebody is talking to you and they say, hey, Steven, like, I want to sell, but my highest offer is 170. I don't try to respond with me coming up with an offer range just to beat that, because now you're playing their game, right? The first thing you say, hey, that seems like a great offer. Why haven't you taken that? Okay. Well, I'm trying to get the highest offer possible, and I got 170, and if I don't get any other higher offers, then I'll probably take that. Oh, yeah. I mean, that makes sense completely. What would be your deciding factor between taking this offer or somebody else? How do you know that person's serious? Has that person showed you proof of funds? How quickly can they close? So don't talk bad about the person. Say, oh yeah, that guy is a bozo. He's not really serious. You don't know what's going on with that guy. You don't want to talk bad about people. You can beat your competition without saying a single negative thing about them. Okay, that's where you become real dangerous. So you want to first ask the seller why they haven't taken that. Okay, and then you want to start pointing out differences. What makes you different? Why should the seller do business with you? Get to know them more, right? Some companies are very straight to the point, and then some companies will actually dig into the details as to why. For example, I believe this is the one where her sister lives there, right? Oh, so your sister's relocating. Does she need any assistance relocating? Because I know some agents that can help her out with that. Like, try to offer solutions, whether they say yes or no. At least you offer that. Okay, at least you offer that. And some companies won't do that. And sometimes some homeowners, that's big for them. They take that into consideration. Those small details make the biggest difference. And I truly believe in that, because you don't always have to be the highest offer to get the deal. I'll say that again. You don't always have to be the highest offer to get the deal. All right. Maybe it's extra terms or clauses they request. Maybe it's how quickly you can close. Maybe they like you more. There's a lot of different reasons why somebody would go with you if you're not the highest offer. I really don't care when people say, well, my highest offer is 170. That shouldn't mean anything to you guys. Make sure that you really dig in. In today's market, especially, some people only sell to hedge funds. I don't know what you're doing right now. Okay. But right now is the time to build better relationships with your cash buyers, because there's still people buying. And right now is the time to really nurture, talk to the leads more, get to know them, figure out the real reason they want to sell, paint the picture of what it would look like when, you help them. What solution can you bring to the table? There's a lot more you got to do. Okay. But that's big for some people, okay? All right, so let's call a few more, and then I'll get to Q&A. Make sure that you guys click that like and subscribe button. drop your questions if you have any questions. And the REI Toolbox has a list of links, including, I keep getting asked about the course, guys. The course is redone. It's now broken into segments. There's new content on there. Head over to the reitoolbox.com if you want to take a look at that. All right, cool. So let's call this next one. We tried calling this one in Stone Mountain. This one is in College Park. So let's try giving this one a call. A lot of leads in Georgia. I love Georgia. Georgia's a great market. A lot of growth there. A lot of opportunity. All right, so what's up with this one? They want to sell for $220. Let me see. They want to sell for $220. All works in good shape. Yes, brand new AC, carpets, new furnace, new roof. Okay, good. Let me stop sharing this, and then I'll share this new property. Remember, you should never run comps until you get them on the phone, because you could do all your comps, all your research. They may not pick up the phone. You just wasted precious time you could have used with somebody that is actually talking to you. Okay, so this one, they want $220. It's in good shape, fair condition. She believe he is able to do $200K or less. Okay. What's the reason for selling? Wants to get best offer possible to relocate. Wants to get best offer possible to relocate. Okay. You know, that's interesting, because why do you have to be the best offer so they can relocate? Are they looking at a house where they need a specific price, a specific closing time frame? These are things you got to start thinking about when you're talking to people. The reason they want to sell is typically not the full story. They'll tell you a little bit of it, but then you really got to dig into the details. All right. So let's give this person a call and see if they pick up the phone. After this, I'll get into some Q&A. Okay, guys? After this, I'll get into some Q&A. Let's see if this person picks up the phone, though.
Hello?
Hello, Miss Sailors.
Yeah?
Hey, my name is Steven. I believe you actually spoke with my partner a while back in regards to your property on 58th Street. Were you still looking to sell that property?
No, I'm keeping it for right now. I've rented it out, so I'm going to keep it.
Okay, no problem.
But I do have one other house I am selling, but it's a rather large house. I don't know if you'd be interested in it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take a look at anything. Let me pull this up here real quick. Did I catch it a good time?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, perfect. What's the address to other property you want to sell?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, all right, great. So, I mean, I always look at anything. So my process is actually very simple. What I'll do is I'll just ask you a few questions about it. I'll go ahead and evaluate the area to see where I'd be at more or less. And it takes about 7 minutes. Is that okay? Do you have enough time?
Yeah, but let's make it as quick as possible. I was about ready to leave, but I'd rather ask the questions now than later.
Okay. All right, no problem. Let me take a look here. So
It's 2,400 square feet. Is a 3-2. It's all been remodeled. Has a big fireplace, a big den.
she's rushing me. She's trying to rush me, but I'm not going to be rushed. Okay? I need to make sure I take my time. If she doesn't have enough time, then I'm not going to go through everything.
I did not refinish that. I'm not going to.
You said the
Somebody could go
bathroom?
in there, and it would be a 4-3 if they finished it. I'm not going to do it though.
What was that was unfinished? I'm sorry.
I beg your pardon?
What did you say was unfinished?
The attic.
Oh,
So
the attic.
They had a bedroom
Mhm.
and a bathroom upstairs.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect. And the I forgot to mention to you, I know that you have to head out, but I just like letting people know before I even ask anything that we are a real estate investment company. We're not always the best fit. So if I'm not a good fit, I'm not going to waste your time. I'll let you know, hey, this probably isn't a good fit. And then we
Yeah,
have real estate
okay.
agents just in case. But
That's fine.
I just want to let you know that up front. So you said it was a 3-2. Can you tell me a little bit more? Do you know when the roof and the AC were last replaced on the property?
The AC is brand new. The roof is about 4 years old.
Okay.
New water heater, kitchens, everything's been remodeled.
Oh, everything's been completely remodeled. Bathrooms, kitchen, everything.
Mhm.
Okay. How recent has everything been remodeled?
Last 2 years.
Oh, okay. That's seems like a pretty nice property. What's got you looking to sell?
Well, I don't live in Jacksonville, and I live in Hollywood, Florida. I bought it as an investment.
Oh, okay. And this one is also tenant occupied?
Yeah, it's got an alarm. It's unoccupied. I won't rent that out.
Oh, I'm looking at some photos here. I guess it has to, because this was previously fire damage, right?
Yes, that was
Ah.
condominium.
Gotcha.
Before I bought it, yeah.
Right. Yeah, it looks a lot better now, I'm assuming. And the tenants, are they on a month-to-month or annual lease?
It's vacant. I won't rent it out.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's vacant. Got it.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. And what kind of time frame, were you looking to sell? About a week, a month, a couple months?
As soon as I can.
Okay.
Because if I don't sell it in the next couple months, I'm going to give it to a realtor. So,
Right.
Okay,
perfect. And while I'm looking around here, did you have any ideas to what you think it might be worth or what you're looking to at least sell for?
I'd like to get rid of it for about $320.
320. Okay. All right. 320. Let me take a look here. How long has it been vacant for?
Well, we just finished up with everything, so
Mhm.
You're talking about just the last 4 or 5 months because we just finished everything.
Right. 320. And is this something that you're open to taking payments on, or are you just looking to get a cash offer?
No terms.
Gotcha. Yeah, 320. I think that's a little close to what they're selling for fully renovated. There really wouldn't be much meat on the bone for me if I were to pay 320 for it. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it would be a good
Yeah.
fit for me. Have you already selected an agent that you'd be working with to list it?
Well, I've had an agent in the past. I'd probably go with her again, I guess.
How did things go with that agent?
She sold a couple of my other houses. I had 20 houses once upon a time. So
Wow.
She sold, 2 or 3 of them. The rest I sold to investors.
Gotcha.
So they were older homes. They had been remodeled,
Yeah.
but they were older homes.
Did you have any other properties besides this one that you were looking to get a cash offer on?
No, I have 3 others, but I rent them out. So, and I'm gonna keep those for a while.
Okay. No problem. Well, if you're open to it, I'm sure that you have an amazing agent. Now, is she an individual agent or does she work with like an investment company?
I think there's just a couple of her and her partner. I think that's it.
Okay. Now, even though this wouldn't be a good fit for me, I always like some people, obviously, I wouldn't be a good fit. Cash offer is not going to make sense. But if you're open to it, I can have one of my agents give you a call and they can kind of go over some options as to what they can do. Because typically, since we work with investors, including myself, and we work with retail buyers, we have a larger buyers pool. And sometimes our investors would be willing to pay a little bit more just to stay in their sweet spot, depending where they're at. So if you're open to it, I can have her give you a call. She can kind of let you know what options you may have with us. And if it works, great. If not, no big deal. But at least you know what you have with us, if that's something you're open to.
Well, what do you mean? Sign a contract with us?
No. We don't. There's no commitment. She just would rather go over the options with you over the phone. That way, if you do like it, then maybe you can do some business with us. And if you don't like it, you can continue on with the other agent.
Well, what kind of options would you offer?
That's why I wanted to get her on the call with you, because I'm the investor. A cash offer, I wouldn't be anywhere near that. But I know that she's an amazing agent, and she may have a client that is willing to pay cash if it's in their sweet spot. But I just want to see if you were
Yeah,
open.
okay, all right, you can have her call me.
Okay, perfect. Well, I know you're on your way out. Is this your best contact number?
Yes, yeah, it is.
Perfect. Well, nice talking. You have a great day. Have a good weekend. Bye. So she's asking RV. So I want you to notice what I did there. And if you're a real estate agent watching this, this is how you get people to not like it's like a soft commitment. So if a property doesn't make sense, like she's asking, nobody's gonna make money at a cash offer what she's asking for, but a listing, it could make sense, right? So if you're a listing and she's not open to creative financing, if you're an agent or you're referring this to an agent, notice she said that she plans on listing it in a couple months if she doesn't get what she wants. I don't expect her to get what she wants cash from an investor, at least. But what I like to say is I like to ask the seller, hey, your agent, are they an individual agent? Do they work with an investment company? She said it's just her and her partner. And I said, okay. Well, if you're open to it, that's how I start off. If you're open to it, right? And I let them know that we have agents that we work with that also have really good relationships with investors. And sometimes these properties make great rentals, right? And I don't care the price she's asking, all right? If I were to refer it to an agent, because that's just a different play, right? If I'm trying to wholesale this and she's firm at a specific price and she's trying to rush me on the phone, and that's another thing we notice. If somebody tries to rush you, like, you have to keep your pace. And it's okay if they want to move at 100 miles per hour and you're moving at 50 miles per hour. There's always a better callback. It's okay to let them go and call them back. But back to the agent thing, a soft commitment. Hey, I can have them go over some options with you. If you like what you hear, great. If not, no big deal. But at least you know what your options are when you're ready to sell. How's that sound? And she says, well, what do you mean? I don't want to talk for the agent, right? If I'm referring listing leads to agents, I want to set it up in a way where she commits to at least getting a phone call, and then the agent can pitch everything else. Now, I'm not going to guarantee, hey, Susan, like, call this lead. It's a listing ready to go. No, I want to set it up in a way where, like, hey, this lady's open to hearing you out. She plans on listing it. She hasn't committed to her agent. She plans on working with an agent. Sometimes it's a little bit trickier if they already commit to somebody. But if they didn't commit to them yet, they're open, by all means, do it. Okay, so we do set up listings that way with agents that are investor friendly. They're good. They do some volume, and hopefully that helps you out. You can always refer. Remember, always capitalize on leads. It's not a cash offer, doesn't always cut it. It could be cash offer. It could be creative financing. It could be listing. Okay, there's a lot of things that you can do. All right. Okay, so let's get into some Q&A, guys. Drop any questions you may have. I'm going to get into some Q&A. All right. All right. Thank you. Keep up the great content of your hood legend. Me and two other homies are going to learn how to wholesale thanks to you. Bam! I love it. It's going to change your life. One deal. One deal. If you guys are new to this industry, the best advice I could tell you guys is everybody always asks, like, what advice would you give yourself? What would you do? My number one advice is to find a mentor. Okay? Find a mentor. And when I say find a mentor, I'm not talking about, hey, get on a 1-hour coaching session and it's done. It takes time. Okay? Now, if you guys are looking for a mentor and, you're going to have to pay with time or money, you can't, the days of, let me take you out for some lunch and pick your brain are over, guys. That doesn't work. Okay? And if it does work, you're probably, if somebody allows you to take them out to lunch and pick your brain and they run a business and they're very busy, you should look into that a little bit, because people that operate at a high level, they usually, don't want to just take a few hours out of their day when they're operating a business to go to lunch and give free consulting. It doesn't work that way. Bring some value to the table. Bring a lead. Say, hey, I'll take photos of your properties. I'll go on appointments, like whatever. I'll sweep your floor, whatever. Bring some kind of value, all right? All right. Thank you for taking the time, giving us free game. Absolutely. If you get a lead and it's on market, do you still call them? I typically don't focus on those, right? If I know a lead's listed on the MLS, I'm not going to go out of my way to go after that lead. Now, if I see a lead comes in the CRM, it came in from whatever marketing method, and then I pull it up while I'm on the phone, I say, I see it's listed. I bring that up. I say, hey, Bob, I just noticed this. I see that this is listed on the MLS for a while. Typically, we don't buy properties that are listed on the MLS only because there's already been tons and tons of eyeballs on it. Any idea as to why it hasn't sold yet? Right? Do ask them that. Some people will not like their agent. They can't sell the property. They may get frustrated. Again, do not talk bad about the agent. You want to separate yourself from the competition by talking about what you can bring to the table. Some people will say, well, I understand that. What's your cash offer anyway? I'm not under contract or I'm not committed, whatever. At that point, they allow you to talk about that, then talk about that. But I typically don't go after those. Okay. Are you going to participate at the Closure Olympics again? I don't know, man. You guys let me know. I don't know yet. I might pull a Brady. I don't know yet. Are you utilizing REI reply for outbound calls in SMS? If so, have you tried their product? I am not. I've heard great things about it, but I personally haven't used it, so I can't say it's good or it sucks. But I can tell you, I hear great things about it. Okay, I personally use for outbound calls SMS. I use smartphone. Okay, you can go to the reitoolbox.com. All right, that thing I'm always talking about, reitoolbox.com has my link there. Support me. You get 30% off for 3 months. They also have a power dialer, and that's integrated directly into Podio. That's just what works for me. I always try it, and if I like it and have a good experience, I will share it. And they are one of the tools that I like to use that I've had a pretty good experience with. Okay. When entering new markets, what's the best way to tackle finding out property taxes, utility bills, and other nuisance bills that may be particular to new virtual market that you may be entering? So when you want to find out property taxes, I mean, all that stuff is public records, right? Now, if let's say you're talking to somebody that owns a rental property and they have electric, water, and all those bills, you're going to have to ask for that information. Okay. But like taxes, I mean, you can see that stuff. All right. Now, if you're entering a new market, if I were you, I mean, this is my advice to you guys. Everybody could do however they want, but I don't ever look first for, okay, I'm going to enter a new market. I got to find out what the taxes, the utility bills, and other bills are. I don't care about that. I care about what are prices, what are properties being sold at or bought at, right? A cash buyer doesn't necessarily buy a property based off of, even though they do take into consideration, but they're not going to buy it specifically on taxes, utility bills, and all that stuff. They're going to look to make sure there's enough meat on the bone. Is there enough equity where I can flip this and make a profit? Is there enough equity where I can buy it and rent it out, right? So I wouldn't focus on that. When you're entering a new market, focus more on price points, transactions, what zip codes, right? When you enter a new market, look at the hottest zip codes, what counties, what kind of properties. These are all things that I like to look at. And if you guys are entering a new market, another great strategy is to work with a local agent, right? Like when I enter a market, I get on a Zoom call with an agent or I meet with them, right? If they're here local or visiting, whatever. But typically I know an agent out there, or I build a relationship with an agent out there, and we'll get on a Zoom call and they'll share their screen. They say, hey, these are the good spots, the bad spots. Like this is where all the investors, like, why would an agent do that? Because any lead that wants top dollar, I'm going to refer it to them. Okay. So there's value for value. Agents don't work for free. Just like you probably wouldn't work for free either. It's got to be some kind of value for value, okay? So that's another great strategy. Steven, I'm very serious. Is your wholesale company hiring a professional salesman? I wish to call your hiring office. That's my best way to get what's my best way to get in contact? I'm always looking for talent. I'm not in a need to hire really any acquisitions. We're pretty good on that. If you guys are ever interested, you could shoot me a DM on Instagram. That's probably the best way to get a hold of me in regard to that. But right now, I'm not looking to hire anybody right now, but pretty soon I will be. Okay, so I'm just letting you know. You could shoot me a DM, send me a resume, and let's make some money together. All right, guys. Well, that's all it for today, guys. It was a pretty good episode. Got some good engagement. Got some good potential deals. And I try giving back. You never know these things are going to go live, right? Now, I can always tell you if you see people doing these calls and they're pre-recorded, they're probably editing out a lot of stuff. The reason I do this live is because when you make calls live, I want you to see the good, the bad, and the ugly, like everything. That's just how it is, right? I feel like you learn more from authenticity. Okay, not to say that people are making calls or pre-recorded are bad, right? But I learn more when I first started, I learned more from others' mistakes than their success. Really, if you learn what mistakes to avoid, usually the road leads to success. Obviously, I want to know about their wins, right? But I also want to know about their losses. That's important nowadays. I want to know your wins, your losses, everything. But live calls are great, and you guys could catch the replay. So that being said, guys, have a great weekend. Make sure you practice. If you're new to this industry, make sure you sharpen your acquisition skills. You can check out the new content on my course, RIToolbox.com. Guys, go crush it. Have a great weekend. Take care, guys.